Thank you for tuning in to Words with Woods. I'm your host, T. Woods. My guest today is an up-and-coming film director, producer, writer, and actor. Today I have Carlos Jones with me. How you doing, man?
What's up, man? How's it going?
Doing pretty good, man. Thank you for coming through.
Thanks.
So for those who may not know you, tell me a little bit about you, and what you do, and where you're from.
I'm more of a laid-back person, like to keep to myself a little bit, but once you get to know me, I like to open up more and then like let my personality out more. But I also like to see myself as creative as well and just trying to always stay active, always trying to do something.
That's what's up, man. What's your major?
Motion pictures production.
Motion pictures
Yeah.
production. That's what's up, man. So, what type of, projects, events, or groups you're a part of?
Well, the program is the motion picture program over here at Rice State. I've been in it for 4 years. Well, I actually had to like audition for it twice to actually like get into it. But yeah, I've done a lot of work in it, and just hope to make connections from the people that I met in the program as well and keep pushing forward with them.
So you had to audition 2 times for it. Tell us, about the audition process and how that was, and why 2 times.
Well, it's like my freshman year when I got here is we had like theory class. We didn't have like no production class, so like we would just like go over like the history of like films, like the classics, stuff like that. And then like my second semester as a freshman, we had our first production class, and we was just making like projects that they had for us, like compared to like the work that I did back then compared to now is like, whoo, yeah, it's crazy the improvement. But yeah, we made like a good 4 projects a semester, and after each year we had to audition to get into the next grade. So like I wanted to continue the sophomore year, I had to audition to get into that. And then after sophomore year, I had to audition to get into the junior year. Then I was finally in.
So what happens when you audition and you don't get it's just over with at that point?
Yeah, kinda. They were pretty strict at one point. It's like if you didn't get in, then you either like switch your major or you can change to like a BA, Bachelor in Arts, instead of a BFA, it's a Bachelor in Fine Arts.
Mm-hmm.
That's BA is more focused on like critics and like just like criticizing movies and stuff like that instead of like production.
Oh, man, well, I'm glad you made it.
Oh
man.
yeah, for sure.
What made you want to get into film production?
Back in high school, I always wanted to like be an actor.
Mm-hmm.
So I went to like a career center and took a theater class at the career center. But I didn't do too many plays or anything because I was playing football back in my home school. And there was like a film program like right down the hall from my class. So I started doing some projects with them. And then it's funny, I actually made this like little comedy movie, but it was like not serious at all.
Uh-huh.
And it was like pretty bad, but it was not serious at all. And then my friend like edited it up and put it on like a little big screen, like they had a festival at the school. Mm-hmm. And everybody was like laughing and stuff. And I was like, oh wow, this is like really cool. So I mean, Rice State gave me the most money to come here, but I saw that they had like a film program, so I just wanted to try that out. And it comes to be like one of the best in the Midwest, actually.
That's what's up, man. All right, so I was able to attend the Big Lens Festival, and I got to check out your film, RIVERA, man. How was that experience, just seeing your film on a big screen, how was the preparation leading up to that, festival,
Mm-hmm.
And just overall leading up to that film?
Well, it was the process was long, like so long, like. So I started writing RIVERA. RIVERA is like a short film, 10 minutes, like. You think you get done with this in like a good like couple months for real, but I wrote the script out my junior year, fall semester, and I like finished it at the end of fall, and then the spring semester we went into like starting to try to get like auditions for characters, started going to find location spots and just try and find location spots, and then just like try and book everything, like equipment, days people would be available to crew, place to stay because, you know, I stay in Columbus, and then over the summer, I didn't have a place to stay here, so I had to get like a little janky hotel. But
do whatever it takes.
oh
Man.
yeah, for sure. And then we finally got to it summer of that at the end of my junior year, summer. Then we filmed for 3 days straight throughout the night. Like we started filming at like 8:00 p.m. and then finished till like 6 in the morning. And the person, his name is Alex. He's a restaurant owner of Takara Misteka, where I shot at. He was like so graceful for me. Like he stayed up all night there with me to like help out with anything I needed. And then yeah, them 3 nights went by quick. I shot on my birthday.
Sometimes it's like that.
Right. And then it was kind of like nerve wracking, but after like we heard, oh, it's a wrap, I was like, that was like one of the best feelings ever. Then my next semester, on my first semester of senior year, we went to post-production. That's where we put everything in Premiere and started like to assemble like a first cut and everything. And then we were supposed to like have it picture locked by the end of our fall semester, and then just do like sound mixing and color correction in the spring. Mm-hmm. So I mean, I was still doing everything in the spring, so I didn't get done to it till like April of this year. So it's a pretty long process. And then when you finally see it on the big screen as like a finished,
how was that feeling for you?
As a finished project on a big screen, it was crazy because like from watching it so many times in post-production, it just looks so different watching it finished on the big screen, and it was an excellent feeling.
Yeah, it was a great film, man. I really enjoyed it, man.
Appreciate it.
Explain Rivera, what made you get into the, ideal of, for those who may not have seen the film, mm-hmm. what made you, get in that mindset of the direction you were headed towards, writing the script, and basically the overall plot, explain the plot to people who may not, have seen the film.
Okay. So Rivera is a character. She's a black woman police officer. She's profiling a black male who appears to be breaking into a restaurant. So she like goes to make an arrest, but she calls for backup as well. So once backups arrive, it's a white cop, mm-hmm. and the situation starts to escalate. So this puts Rivera into a situation where she either has to go ahead and stand up for the person who's being accused or stand up for the law enforcement. So it gets pretty intense, and I just put the film, I wanted to put like these characters in a situation, in a realistic situation that people see every day on the television and the news about police brutality and stuff. But I also wanted to add like an alternate ending to reality, kind of. Mm-hmm. So I'm not gonna tell what happens because y'all gonna have to go and watch it, but it gets pretty intense, and some people may agree with it, some people may not. If you feel something from it, take something from it, then that's the goal for real.
Hey man, that means you reached the goal, definitely.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So how many films have you produced and directed so far?
Well, I would say Rivera is like my official like first short film, but I have like a good about 8, 10, maybe like 11 short projects that I worked on over the span here at Wright State. But I did like projects like from slideshows, pictures, just narratives, documentaries. I did 3 documentaries. And then I just did the Rivera short film, so that's the biggest one.
Out of all those, what is your most favorite, between the narrative, documentaries, short films, what is your most favorite, and, mm-hmm. what is your least favorite? What's more tedious to you than all the other ones? I
really like narrative because I could be more creative and have more space to do what I want to do. When it comes to like documentaries, you kind of have to let the film evolve itself, mm-hmm. instead of like you having like all the control over it. I mean, like once you start to edit it, you can have like more control than you think you had. But just catching everything as it unfolds. I feel like that's like really unique about documentary, just catching things. It's like going with the flow of it for real. But yeah, I would say I like narrative more better because I could be more creative and flexible with what I want to do.
That's what's up, man. Hey, maybe one day you can make a documentary of me, man.
Hey, I'll be down for sure.
So, you know, you do films, you know, you produce, you know, you write.
Right.
Who is somebody that inspires you, you know, to do what you do and take the profession that you know, you took?
Well, my favorite person out there is Denzel Washington. Obviously, I feel like he's one of my biggest inspirations. But also, I want to say Ryan Coogler and Michael B. Jordan are a big inspiration to me as well. Just to see how young they are and how much they have accomplished already, and just seeing them. And I also try to get inspired off of people like are still on my level as well, but still like trying to like further their process as well. So like once I see them working hard, that inspires me to work hard as well. Like
Definitely.
for you, for instance, like having this show out here, man.
I appreciate it, man. I'm trying, man. So out of all those people, who is somebody, if you had to choose, you only could choose one, who is somebody that you would work with?
I definitely want to work with Michael B. Jordan for sure. I would say Denzel, but he getting a little old right now. So I mean, I feel like he'll always be a great actor, depending on age. But for sure, I say Michael B. Jordan. Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna throw this in there. Well, obviously, you obviously said it, but Denzel or Will Smith?
Denzel. But Will Smith is that's a close call.
What is your reason for saying Denzel though?
I feel like Denzel is able to get out of his, like, Denzel can play any role and like be different. Like with Will Smith in his movies, you can kind of expect the same thing, kind of almost. For instance, Will Smith kind of always plays like this quote unquote God figure in his movies.
Except for Pursuit of Happiness.
Oh yeah, except for that for sure.
Completely different.
But I feel like Will Smith's roles are more predictable than Denzel Washington's roles. That's
Definitely. All right, so where do you see yourself in a Los film 5 to 10 years from now? What is the ultimate goal, you know, with all of this that you do?
Well, 5 to 10 years, hopefully, I'm like writing screenplays for films, directing, maybe even a little bit of acting. But ultimately, I want to make my own, or I want to start my own production company and really get that out there and bring in folks like who don't really have, who like want to be in the media, but don't really have that outlet for it. So I really want to bring them in, bring young minds in, and then expand from there for real.
Hey man, I appreciate you for coming out, man.
Oh yeah, appreciate it, man.
Where can people follow you at, you know, on social media, or even, you know, look at some of your videos that you may have on YouTube?
My YouTube page, I think it's like Carlos Jones 1 maybe. I'm not too sure about that. I could get that to y'all a little bit more after I put everything out on there. But on social media, you can follow me on Instagram at Carlos_Jones, Twitter Carlos L Jones, and I have a Facebook, but I don't get on it, but I will be on it soon. But it's Carlos Jones. You can find me, look me up anywhere, and then hit me up if you guys want anything, want to see any projects, and if you want to collab on anything, I'll be more willing to.
Man, appreciate you for coming out, man.
Appreciate it, man.
Special thanks to Carlos for joining me here on Words with Woods today, giving us an inside exclusive on the preparation of creating the film. Stay on the lookout for the future content from him. Until next time, see you later.